And we're live on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma doing the live stream on the Hermitcraft, you know? Doing that thing. Howdy, Joe Hills! Hi. Yeah, today, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to start off by placing down some blocks in this area for a project that I'm working on. We're going to do some Guardian Farm designing and building, and hopefully get a game of TCG in. Hopefully, I say. Also, I need to sit. I've become really fond of standing at my computer desk. I say fond, it's like I'm getting really used to it. I probably sit here now for about an hour a day. Anyway, I'm switching. Let's get that desk emote. And thank you for the bananas in chat, by the way. Let's get that desk emote up. Archaeology was announced today, right? Also, Billman68 here for 73 months. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you for continued, tremendous, unbelievable support. By the way, see this thing right here? That's telling me where I'm going to place these blocks. It's all part of a master plan. A master plan that looks slightly odd to me all of a sudden. Maybe this thing didn't save. Oh my god, it probably didn't save on exit. Oh, it definitely didn't. Ugh. That's ugly. I've noticed that. Sometimes your settings don't get saved when you... Yeah. It's supposed to snap to the corner. That's supposed to be that height. And then I got to double check the coordinates are correct. I pretty much remember them, actually. So, if I just go here again... Wasn't it 0 and 24, I'm pretty sure, is the very center? That's probably going to make everything look right now. Oh, it's a good thing I can remember that. That saves a bit of time. Yeah, now there you go, perfect. Okay, problem solved. Problem solving with X, brain smart. So I want to see those brain smarts emote in that chat, because that was some problem solving right there. As you can see now, it's aligned properly. I've also got noises in the ear. Patrice Bart, thank you for 25 months. Idyllic Valhalla for 8. Taubar for 32. And Cultra Milk for 3. I mean, I'm making up that name a little bit as I go there. You know, it's a bit of a confusing one. So, anyway, I got to place all of this black glass. It's for a project, a top secret one. I mean, you can see me place the glass, but it will remain a mystery. So we're going to do that at the beginning, then we're going to move on to some Guardian design stuff. Oh, I should also tell the Games Masters. There you go. So yeah, we're open for some TCG action around here. Right now, though, we're placing glass. Ah, I might have to go do some problem solving. I mean, Cleo's clearly talking about the arena. Let's go find out. The one that I made. Also, did I mention it? We're listening to the music of Ziggurath again, which I have come to absolutely adore. You know, sometimes when I write on my music blog, in the back of my mind I'm like, I wonder if these records deserve a little more time before I write about them. I feel like these ones deserve that. Joe Dragon, thank you so much for 34 months. Hello, last auto sub for a while. I had some things come up in life, so I'm having to rethink things. I hope I'm going to be back again later after everything is sorted, hopefully moved. Have fun, and I'll catch some streams when I can. I wish you all the best, Joe. Hope you get it all figured out, and life is kind for you. Thank you ever so much. The Aeon King, 4 months. Sharu Manaru for 39. Ooh, X stream for the day off. Awesome. Ah, you got a day off and you got a stream. Today I had plans, but those plans changed, and the changing of the plans taught me some things, some good things. And I also really enjoyed my day after the plans had changed. Kind of looking forward to next week, where I've got like a whole bunch of things going on. It's just like a total change of pace. Cybot, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the help, by the way. Had a little bit of a redstone problem, and Cybot shared with me something amazing, right? So, bamboo can grow on mud, and hoppers can pick up items that land on top of mud. That turned out to be so helpful and made me like figure out how to actually create the contraption I wanted to create. So really stoked about that. Ow! Not so stoked about smacking my face into a wall. Curl says, Cybot knows everything. No one man can know everything. But one man can know himself. Okay, I just tried to sound smart. I tried to sound wise. You know, I made that up on the spot. 4Gil, 96, 34 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, enjoying the stream. Oh, wait, didn't they just say group? Hang on, let's check it out. Oh, that's the wrong button. No, I pressed the wrong button. Why can't I press the right button? Oh, I'm terrible. Why was that so big? Terrible at pressing the right button. There we go.
Hang on a second.
Hello.
We found them.
Hey.
Oh, you found the cards. Where were they?
We
Yeah,
did.
they were
in the
wrong
disco
arena. She forgot to put them in her deck.
Oh,
Yes, I did eviscerate.
that is the best
With-
news. Because
Yeah, I was
working
really
fine.
worried.
it's not
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
we
was
went in the
I.
redstone and something was broken, you know, so that's great.
Yeah. Okay, so Cleo, 1 netherite sword, 2 bows, and
Thank you.
1
Cleo's
golden
just a little
apple.
bit forgetful sometimes.
All
I
left
see.
in the discard pile in the
Ah.
other arena.
Okay,
Look,
thank
all
you
these
very
booster
much, Joe. I
packs.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So.
Oh, this is a good
where is
idea
my
to
double
rename them.
miner?
So I'm up to play if somebody
tried
wants
doing
to
it this
play.
way, it's
Cleo,
still a
are
little
you
confusing,
so
though.
jarred by that experience that you're not ready now?
I can always put these things back in my deck. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, I'm gonna add that one. And then
So what I'm
add
hearing,
that
Cleo,
one.
is you faced me with an invalid deck, meaning you.
I did.
No.
I did. Would you like one of the extra tokens, Etho?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just kidding.
That's my swaps deck. If you want it, if you want anything in there, X.
Yeah, I'll
I
take
can't
it.
find.
I probably have nothing of value to trade with you, so, you know. Ooh, rare
Possibly
mumbo.
not, but I'm okay. Look, I don't have my double miner. I may have given it away, or I may have traded it.
Cleo.
I think I may have traded it to XB.
Y'all have played so much more of this than me. Like,
Yes,
My deck is pitiful.
that's true.
You
I
gotta
don't
get
think
into
your
it,
deck's
Xisuma.
pitiful. Okay. Joe wants to play.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could play X if needed because I have a deck that is okay, I think, but I've lost to everyone I've played for like the last 5 games, including
Wow.
Impulse, who has basically a starter deck. So you have a shot.
Okay, I'm down. I just need to do a quick adjustment of my deck because I got some better cards and I didn't take the time to swap things around, which I might just do quickly here.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and buy a whole new starter deck. Dear God.
For real?
that's-
You're not going booster?
No, I'm going to buy a whole new starter deck because, you know, if I need cards, then, you know, it's an easy way to get a deck that no one knows about.
Right.
And I know
But
one
you
named
have no
Doc.
chance of ultra rares that way.
That's true. But I also have another 5 tokens.
Yeah, and
buy-
boosters are sold out at the moment, so it's not like that extra 2 is helping her otherwise.
Yeah, so I've got 5 tokens for a regular pack and 5 tokens for whatever I feel like.
Dang. I'm gonna take a moment here just to talk to my chat and also quickly sort my deck out. I won't be too long,
Sure.
Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, we got some noises in the air. As far as it goes, thank you ever so much for the cheers and the biddies. We cheer the train some more. Thank you so much. Also, Curls was gifting subs to Estellian and Blackjack. Thank you so much for supporting our community, Curls. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's check out like what we got here. So we got, yeah, that's an energy type I don't really have, but I do have the builder one. Then the roleplay is using your opponent's ability. I definitely want to put myself in the deck because I can tank a little bit. So if I chuck me in, we need more farm type. That's the issue. So I can get farm up to 6 in the deck. Oh my god, it's like it's nice to look at these cards and know what they do, right? But these ones, you have to kind of open them up and figure it out. So like, okay, Tango, great for the farm type, and the Redstone. Interesting. So farm and Redstone, I think, are the two we're going to focus on. So we're probably going to skip on Scar. So what did I say? Farm and Redstone. You might notice I'm not really counting numbers and putting too much effort into any of that. Just seeing who's got the things that match, because we want to play a game real quick. Yeah, so do I roll out a deck with just 4? 5? I think 5 we can get away with. Maybe Cleo will do a swapsies. You know, she just left, so maybe not. Cleo's gone. Do I have another Hermit? No. I do have another Redstone card. I think it just makes sense to throw that out there. So we might be slimming it a little bit on the Hermit front. So we got 5 cards there. Oh, we got Doc. We got Doc. Yes. Okay, that'll work. So 6, and then when it comes to energy, we have... so now we're up to 18, 19, 20, 25 at that point there. So that means we still need way more cards. I've got a feeling we might go a little item heavy on this. Okay, Fawns. I'm not sure if I want to put rares in just yet, just because, you know, the deck isn't strong and I don't know what I'm doing. Composter sounds good though, and it's common. Okay, so 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So I need like another 6 cards. That's probably where the energy card synergy comes in. That'll put me up to like 5 more cards. Yeah. Let's see if Joe wants to trade at all. Hello. If Joe can hear me.
Hey, I can hear you.
Cool.
Are you already ready?
Kinda. Like, would you want to trade some cards or something? Because I've sort of thrown together a deck and I'm like short by like 5 cards and I don't really have much else to put in there.
Well, let's talk about what you need.
I'd be after some piston.
Or I can bring my boxes over here. So I've got a box of trade-ready cards. This is stuff that is not near or dear to me.
Okay.
I'd be willing to be very reasonable.
Okay,
about.
and EFO might
That's
be
your
helpful.
deck.
Oh no, EFO's the wrong... How's EFO not redstone, you know?
Okay, so you got a rare
Builder,
red dog, and
miner.
a rare B-dubs.
These are sort of like all the... You got all the wrong types here.
For what
But
you need.
I could take maybe 3 of these item cards and a piece of redstone, and then if there's anything in here, I do want to hold on to this looting. These ones down here, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say the looting was the one that really jumped out at me.
So like top row is sort of stuff I think I'm willing to part with. I haven't even like had time to think about this. I've just sort of been like you know, shim-shamming my way through it. So
wait, what did you say you wanted out of mine?
possibly I think I would need like 3 item cards and then 2 redstone.
When you say item cards, do you mean effect cards or do you mean...
Item is in redstone item, and then when I say item, I mean milk bucket, gold. So yeah, effect cards. God, I make up my own terminology. I was calling the item cards energy cards. It's so silly.
Yeah. Okay, so you need 2 redstone to have a playable deck, is what I'm hearing.
I think. Let me just... I'm going to double check my count. I've got 10, 11... Sorry, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... 25, 37. So yeah, I'm shy 5 cards.
Okay, so I don't want to go on all day about this because I got to get my kid from school in like 75 minutes. So, how about I can offer you 2 gold armor and 3 redstone.
Yeah, let's do that, and then
in
whatever you
exchange
need.
for 1 PvP item and 1 explorer item. So the elytra and the diamond sword. items?
Go for it. Go for it. If
That's
you think
not really
that's fair.
a great deal for me, but I just really want to play, and I don't want to spend all day
Well,
not being able to play.
maybe take a Scar Hermit. I got 3 of these, so feel free to grab one.
Yeah, I don't. I've actually got 2 of those myself already.
You could have Jevin or B-dubs. I mean, anything off that top row. Feel free to take some more.
You know what? Sure, I'll just grab the B-dubs. I don't really need it, but he looks cute. So okay.
There we go. Cool.
I'm just excited to play. So because I've been refereeing all morning for other folks, and so you want to play this one since like a kind of a learning game because you're still getting the hang of it. So we'll do 2-2 token split.
Yeah,
and
can
then,
do.
You get your own cards back at the end of the game.
I don't mind the cards trading. I don't mind either way really. Like whatever way we play it. 2-2's just a little less brutal because you can get a booster pack relatively quick. Right?
I mean, honestly, I don't think your deck is worth me trying to win your cards. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't think you had anything in there that I was like, oh my god, I need that, right?
Yeah, I don't mind though. It's part of the game, right? That cards move around and you have to change your strategy. But like, I play it either way. I'm really not fussed.
Yeah, I don't know. It really feels like if we're gonna do it, it should either, I don't know. Yeah, I would rather just not do the card trading. If
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So, okay. So we both have 42 cards in there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the randomization and start game.
Cool.
Button.
I wanted to experiment with something for editing. Let's say every time we play a move,
Check to make sure you have a hermit. Okay, I do.
I do, yeah. Let's say we move to play like a concise. Like when you make up your mind, you're like, okay, here's what I'm doing, yada yada yada. Put the things on the wall.
I already did this like 2 or 3 episodes ago. Here's what you do. So you load up replay mod and you set all the players to invisible and you put the camera centered on like the orange one, right?
Oh, you can do it
Except
with
back a little
invisibility.
bit.
Yeah.
And you set all the players to invisible, and then you have the entire board just with all the cards changing. And then whenever you need to speed through stuff, you just show that, but faster. And if you also set up another camera that's like more offset, so you can see the players running around and whatnot, with the players not invisible, further back from the board. So it's not as legible on the board, but whatever. Like basically up in like the first row of the bleachers there. Then you can cut to that and do a time lapse of people running around, dropping cards, that sort of thing. So basically, you want to do 2 replay mod dumps for every game that's you include in an episode, and then you use the multi-camera editing or whatever of your software. I don't know how Premiere or DaVinci or whatever do that. Final Cut Pro, the reason I chose it was for multi-camera editing because I would use that to edit like my D&D game streams and stuff.
Got ya.
Which we had like 5 cameras for. But yeah, well, if you figure out how to do multi-camera editing in your editor, you sync all 3 video clips together, and then you just switch cameras, and then you take the individual segments and you hit the speed up button, and it's super easy.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
the key thing there was just using the invisible players, because I was kept thinking, you know, if you try and get that nice shot of the board, someone's going to move in front and obscure it, right? But there is a downside to just using the replay mod, and that is, like, you can't look at your hand or show your hand to your audience and your deck.
No. So you don't just use replay mod. That's why I'm saying you use multi-camera editing. So you're switching back and forth. When it's important to show the hand, you switch to the first-person view of you looking at your hand.
And I understand. I'm trying to like figure out like what's the cleanest way to do this. And so what I have is a replay buffer on my recordings. So what I can do is actually just hit that buffer button every time we like play a move. So if we got into a habit of doing clean sort of like, here's my hand, I'm going to play this, there we go. Like, you could just take those little moments where the game actually advances and use those
That's
clips.
what Etho does. He does not say anything until he's ready to say 4 things. He says them all in a row, and then he can cut around it cleanly.
Nice.
But yeah, once again, I gotta go pick up my kid from
Yeah,
school.
I know. I'm
So,
just logging in with
did you
my.
draw a hermit?
Well, yes, I did. I'm logging in with my camera account. That's.
Sounds good.
That's gonna sit there recording now, and I'm also using my replay button. So whenever like we make a move, I'm gonna hit that, and hopefully like it'll be easy to edit after. Cool. Yeah. So
Okay,
good
so-
to go.
Yeah,
Your
if
turn.
you
You
have
lead.
Hermit, you need to place one on the board.
Here we go.
Alrighty, that goes one over actually to make room for his health.
Oh yeah. My bad.
And then, Cleo, do you mind? Are you hanging out here? Do you want to do the health and stuff, or are you gone to go play with Etho?
Are we
can't
in
hear
a
you.
are we in a chat?
No, she's going to play with Etho. Okay, bye. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna place Doc M, 280 health here on him. Whoops, he was in the wrong row too. Dang it. Okay, and I can place one item this round on him, and then I draw a card and end my turn. And you have the first opportunity to attack. Should
Okay, you didn't
have a-
attack. I thought you would attack on
No,
your first
I
turn.
can't attack on turn one. You
I
you have
see.
the first opportunity to attack. I have the first opportunity to attach cards like armor and things like that.
Right, I'm looking at this card. Opponent takes 20 HP damage every time the user is attacked until the user is knocked out.
Is that like a poison or a?
It's
Lava.
wolf. Yeah, that sounds. So it sounds like I attach it to me and whoever. I mean, it makes sense because a wolf is like your assist.
Oh, the wolf. Oh yeah. The wolf will attack anytime I attack you. The wolf is like a leveled up version of thorns.
Interesting. Opponent takes 20 HP every time the user. Ah, got ya. Okay, so that's like it. Yeah, like a thorns. Okay, maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to play first.
Yeah. Now, I mean, also just as a note, like I know that you have a wild card slot for G's, but if you did have a farm, you probably would have rather played that than the redstone, because if you want to be able
Yes.
to attack this turn, and maybe you couldn't, but
Well, I can attack with my days.
No, you can't because that's not a wild card. That
Oh!
symbol there means you have to have a piston.
Oh
item.
no. Okay, sorry, I just played the wrong card. Is it alright if I change that?
Yeah. Like I said, we're doing this like a learning game. So
I just brain farted on that one. Picked out the wrong energy.
no. This is part of learning. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So yeah. So then you can attack if you like.
Yeah, I will attack with all my days for 60.
Okay. From 280, 220 remain.
My chat is full of dirt faces now. Difficult.
And then you press that button to draw a card and end your turn. Okay. So let's see here. I am going to use the Curse of Vanishing, which is a single-use item. Have you ever seen one of these, Xisuma?
I haven't, but I'm guessing it gets rid of my my wolf.
It does get rid of your wolf.
Oh,
You're very intuitive. But
I just assume
yes.
things are gonna go wrong. You know.
well, hey, that's once again how we learn. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Shadow Tech for 40 from 300 to 60 health remain.
Dang it.
I just got lucky I pulled that on first draw though. So I'm gonna draw a card and end my turn.
Right. I don't. Ooh. No. Doesn't make sense for me to do anything other than attack you again right now. So attacking you for 60, and ending my
Okay.
turn.
From 220, 160 remain.
Oh, that's what we want to see. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and add this armor to Doc. The thing about iron armor is it protects the first 20 damage taken per turn,
Yep.
and then when Doc is knocked out, it goes in the discard pile.
Rough.
So unlike gold armor, which or shields which break on the first attack, that one will last until Doc dies.
I see.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Shadow Tech for 40, bringing you from 260 down to 220.
Interesting. So yeah, maybe I should crunch some numbers here and see if I can edge you out, because I do have some interesting options, possibly.
Yeah, this is the most dangerous part of the game when both of us only have one hermit on the board. If you can blitzkrieg me, I mean, before I get a second hermit out, that could be huge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this on me. I'm gonna put it there because I like neatness, you know. Two pistons,
Yeah,
then
that makes
something
sense.
else, and I just have to attack you for 60, but minus 20, right? So that's 40.
Mm-hmm. So 120 health remain.
Yep.
On dock here.
Ooh. That's in my
Okay.
favor.
Hmm. So I'm gonna use a splash potion of healing to
Dang
heal
it.
Doc for 20, which is gonna buy me another turn since you're killing me for 60 every time. So hopefully I'll draw a hermit soon. And then I'm gonna go ahead and place that back up there. Let's see. So then I'm going to attack for 40 with Shadow Tech, bringing you down to 180.
You know, I wonder if it might be better as, like, maybe not when you're playing as well, but having all of these health things in your inventory might be...
I tried that. It's worse. Having them
Oh, wow,
sorted,
okay.
having them sorted into the 3 boxes is way better. Because I thought I'll have them in 3 different lines of my inventory. but
Yeah.
moving them in and out of the hotbar to get them onto the wall. They
Ah,
ended
of
up all
course.
mixed up, and
Yep,
oh my gosh, no, it was a huge mess, and it took me forever to re-put them back in.
that makes
It
sense.
was a nightmare.
I'm gonna throw down an effect card. Dang it! I've
Okay.
just been sub-bombed. I'll have to read those later, Beta and Daniel. Thank you so much, my dude. Okay, so I'm gonna lay down the effect card, which will shield me a little bit, and then I'll have to attack you again for 40, bringing you down to 100.
Okay. 100 health remain for our pal Doc M77 here. Okay.
Oh, and I got to end my turn, of course.
Perfect. I have finally drawn another hermit, Mumbo Jumbo, with 270 health. He's actually AFK, so I need to turn him sideways for now. I was just so excited to not be instantly dead. Okay. And I am going to attach a redstone card to Mumbo here. And then I am going to have Doc attack with Shadow Tech for 40, bringing you down to 140.
Oakley dokley,
then-
that's your turn, right?
I draw a card and then my turn. Yeah, sorry, like, when we have a third person to do the health, I can immediately draw a card and end my turn, but now I've got to swap it first, because otherwise I miss stuff.
Okay. Let me read that again. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to attack Doc again, but first I will bring out Zedaf, AFK.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's got 250 health to start, so let me get that on the board for you.
whoa, just one second. Oh, yeah, thank you.
Well, that needs to be done no matter what, yeah.
Not sure if this... No, okay. I was just trying to size up if something made sense or not. It doesn't, I don't think. I'll attack for 40 on Doc.
Okay, so that brings him from 100 down to 60 here. Okay, boy. So let's see. You can attack 60, but the armor... Okay. So when I attack with Doc, with Shadow Tech, your armor here is going to stop that, at least some of that.
For 20.
Right.
20 points, I
20.
think.
20 points. Okay. So I'm going to attack with Shadow Tech for 40. 20 of that is going to be absorbed by your armor when it breaks. Oh, dang it. I forgot to put this on Mumbo. Sorry.
It's alright.
But yeah, Doc is going to attack. That's going to go down to 120. And then I will draw a card and end my turn.
Cool. So for my next move, I am going to use this card right here.
The lead. Ooh.
Yeah, so I believe that means this gets moved from Doc up to Mumbo.
So it actually applies to item cards, not effect cards.
Dang it!
So now the thing is, though, Doc's Shadow Tech is being powered by this redstone. So you could move that redstone here to force me to play another thing on Doc before he can attack. Or you can, because you didn't understand the card and this is a teaching game, you can take that back and save it for later when maybe that's more of an advantage to play. What would you prefer? Because there are some cases, like let's say that I had a Cleo here that needs 3 swords to do her special puppetry attack. You move a redstone down into that row, then she can't get 3 swords, at least not without a double. So there's certain advantages to using the lead to block people from powering up fully. But
I think
just not with the cards that are out, you know.
I think maybe it makes sense to use it and stop Doc attacking me and keep me in the game for a moment longer. So yeah, I'll go ahead and use it. I'm learning. Maybe this will turn out to not be so great. So then that goes in the discard pile, right?
Yep, your red box back here.
One other thing, the thing I think I struggle with is there's like overlapping terminology. So like,
it drives me crazy too, because in Minecraft, armor is an item. But
yes,
in this game, it's an effect. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I had the same struggle. And I talked to Beef about that, and he's like, we can change anything that's in the tooltips of the cards at this stage. We can't change anything on the faces of the cards.
yeah, yeah.
So,
It's just one of those
yeah.
things you never know until you get to that stage that you need to change stuff. So then
Yep.
I'll attack with my card for 60. No, sorry, 40, because you got the...
The
Yeah.
armor. Okay,
That's
that's going
my
to bring
turn.
Doc down to an even 20 here. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, well, doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to waste time attaching things to Doc at this point. So, I guess the problem is I lose this turn kind of no matter what, because I can't attack with Doc unless I attach something to him. And, you know what? You know what? Maybe I should just believe more in Doc. Maybe I should give him this farm item card. And I was going to save this for a better hermit. Don't tell Doc I said that. But I do have this ultra rare apple.
Oh my god, ultra rare?
It's kind of a
100?
waste to use it on somebody that's not powered up fully already. But that does build him back up to 120. You know, I was saving that for somebody. Like, if you were about to kill somebody who already had all the stuff they needed for their special attack.
Yeah.
So... Now, there's only one of these in my deck, though. So, I mean, you forced me to burn that early.
That's
So
good.
then, yeah, I'm going to use Shadow Tech for 40 against Xisuma, bringing him down from 120 to 80.
Bang.
And then I draw a card and end my turn.
Alright, this is interesting then. Let me think for a second. Do I... No.
Do
you
know
what?
the blue text on World Eater does?
The numbers don't add up here for me.
Well, Xisuma, just so
thought-
you know,
Yeah?
with the World Eater attack, this blue text always means there's something special.
I know,
I'm
yeah.
going to let you read this, and I want to make sure you understand it. So, Doc's special attack never actually does 80.
Yes, I see, yeah.
You flip
I've seen that one in action
or
before.
I would flip a coin, and it would either do 160 or 40. It either does half or double damage. So, yeah, just so you know.
I think I'm going to hang in there, just attack you one more time, hang in another round. Hopefully I'll get a decent card come through or something.
Okay, so from 120 with the armor, that's going to bring Doc down to 80.
Having a look at my chat from time to time.
Oh, yeah, let the chat help you. That's part of
Well,
the fun for them.
Most of the time I look over and they're saying something that's confusing me, so
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Yeah,
commented
so-
on it much.
Gotcha, and if you are ready to end your turn, you can draw a card.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm really lucky. I just drew my second farm card that last time.
Here we
so
go.
that is going to allow me to attack with World Eater, but I don't know if it's for 40 or 160. 160!
I was just about
Woo!
to say, how does that work? Because,
So green is heads and red is tails.
okay.
And I'm going to be honest, for some reason, tails shoots off way more often over here. You see, we had the same number of rockets on both sides in here at the beginning, but I have flipped so many tails. So either way, though, that is going to knock out Xisuma here, which allows me to draw a victory card, or victory point and a prize card. And then I will draw another card, and I will end my turn.
So are you putting aside that victory card, or are you using it in the game?
Well, so I can use it in the game, but I have to return it to you at the end.
Yeah, okay. I gotcha.
So I'm gonna.
Oh, hello? Maybe Joe was interrupted there.
Oh, sorry. I was saying I had to alt tab out, which killed the push to talk. I was gonna write down the name of the card that I got.
Oh,
so I
okay,
didn't
yeah.
forget it. But yeah, that was why I was alt tabbing. My bad. But yeah, so you're bringing in Zed, and it's your turn.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to put items on him in a previous round, which would have been smart, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and do that this turn, and then
Well, he only has a max of 2, so yeah.
yeah, but it'll be attacking Doc still, right?
Okay, and so that is.
Oh, whoa! Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Also got
Ooh.
this, so that'll knock you out.
Yeah,
And
let's
I'll
see,
take
'cause, yeah,
20.
70 plus 60. I mean, that's way more than 80, even with the armor. Yeah, Doc is down. So you get a victory card as well. Make sure you write down or you have your chat take note of what it is so we can return them at the end of the game.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna put
okay.
the Doc, the iron armor, and the 2 farms in my discard. And take down the 80 health here. Bring Mumbo out.
I need to take 20 damage as well.
Yeah, okay, so from 250 due to the TNT, you are now at 230. Okay. And
I was
then
about to
if
make a
that
joke about a dentist then, but never mind.
So you can draw a card and end your turn.
Yeah, and I get a victory point, right?
Yeah, did you not press the button? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
so
I'll leave
was
that
just-
to you, yeah?
What? Oh, okay. As the referee, you want me to do it? I usually, like, figure the players want to do it themselves to celebrate, but, you know.
That's
Okay.
good.
So it's to me. Oh, boy. So many choices here.
Oh, did I put my... I think I put my TNT back into my hand by mistake.
Then, yeah, just move it to your discard. So I think that Mumbo is going to spoon for 80, which brings from
Oh, dear.
230 ZF down to 150. And then I will draw a card and end my turn.
If I'm not mistaken... Oh, no, wait. Did you have a double redstone card in your deck?
Yes. So that might have been
Right.
a prize card you got there.
Okay, yeah, because I also have that card in my deck. I was sort of expecting to get something different, you know? So you do
Well,
80
it's
attack.
random. So yeah, we have overlap. Sorry, go on.
So Zedaf's gonna... Okay, let me have a look. Ugh. Okay, I think I'm going to attack with Zedaf, but also use this card. So
Okay.
that'll give him 30 health.
Okay, so that's going to bring him from 150 back up to 180.
And then do an attack for 70.
Okay, so from 270, 200 health remain for our good pal Mumbo Jumbo. Okay, and then when you're happy, you can draw a card and end your turn.
Let's see what I get. I need a good card. Ooh!
Okay.
Looks
Looks like Zadaf's twin brother, other Zadaf, is coming out here.
other Zedaf.
Yeah.
You can say
AFK.
Zedaf, right?
I've heard it both ways. Then I'm gonna put a redstone on him, and then with Mumbo, I'm gonna yell spoon and attack for 80, bringing this guy down here to 100 even. And I draw a card and end my turn.
I'm going to do what I should have done last turn, which is bring out a Hermit in reserve with a double item.
Ooh, there you
Getting
go.
ready, getting ready. 300 health as well, that's pretty beefy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me get you a health card for him.
So I'll attack for, yeah, I'll attack for 70, and that'll be my
Okay.
turn.
From 200, 130 remain.
Interesting. Dang it.
Okay. So I'm going to bring out another Mumbo here, currently AFK. Not that there's any, you know, songs or folklore about Mumbo being AFK or
jeez.
anything. We wouldn't want to play into that. Then I'm going to place a redstone on him, just so he's got one, in case he needs it. And then I'm going to yell Spoon at Zadaf for 80, bringing him down from 100 to 20. And then I will draw a card and end my turn.
See, now I wonder, should I swap ZF out? Or... Because, these end up being like walls of attrition. You just slowly punch down at each other, and then you can just, like, swap out. Doesn't really make sense to keep... Okay, I'm going to, yeah, this turn I'm going to bring in Tango, and that'll be the whole of my turn, I think.
Okay. So then you draw a card to end the turn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I am going to use this common bow, which is a single-use card that allows me to do 40 damage to an opposing AFK Hermit. In
Oh.
this case, ZF.
Just
Yeah.
lost an attack.
Yep.
GG.
I'm also putting a redstone on Mumbo. And I'm doing that before I draw my prize card, because I don't know what it's going to be. But issue prize card and victory point. Okay. Not amazing, but still, it's a card that might be
You got
played.
a card. You got a card from my deck.
I got a card from your deck. It's not in any way helpful to me, but I still have it, and I treasure it, Xisuma, because it's yours. So I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna Alt Tab and write that down. Okay, so that is written down now. And then for my normal attack, I'm going to use Spoon for 80 against Tango, bringing him down to 220. And I end my turn after I draw a card. Yep.
All right. I don't
This bow in the
think I really have
distance.
much to do. Might as well use this. So I'm gonna attack Mumbo for 70. Yeah,
Okay,
no, I'll attack
so-
Mumbo. I won't use this card. I'll attack Mumbo for 70. That'll be it.
Okay, so from 130, 60 health remain. Ooh, that is the danger zone. If there was a highway there, I would be on it. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to attach this thorns to other Mumbo. And then I am going to... Oh, boy. I'm going to switch to other Mumbo.
Ah.
And then I will draw a card and end my turn.
So this Thorns does like 10 damage each time, doesn't it?
10 damage every time. Yep.
You know, I'm not going to even add up here. I'm just going to go for it. But I'll attack for 70 plus 20 because of this sword item. Or effect.
70 plus 20 is 90. From 270, 180 remain.
That's my turn. I'll press the button. See what we get.
Okay, and then from 220, 210 remain after the thorns. Okay. So, let's see. I'm gonna have Mumbo attack
With Spoon.
for 80 with Spoon, and so from 210, Boy, that's 130 remain.
You know what might be a bit of fun? I don't know, I'm just thinking about how like we just use the same moves over and over again, but what if there were like a button that you press and you had like a 4 out of 5 chance of using your second attack, but on occasion, you know, you might pull the unlucky one. Maybe make it a little more interesting.
I don't really feel like that fits how a lot of these trading card games work, unless like the second attack, like if you had an attack like that, it would be extra powerful when you do land it or something.
Yeah.
Like in some ways, it's kind of like what Doc's World Eater attack is.
Yeah.
Where it does 40
double.
or it does 160. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll use hat trick again. Yeah, hat
Okay,
trick, yeah.
that's another 70. Bringing Mumbo here down to 110
Ooh.
health. Okay. So, I am going... Boy. Okay, so... Oh, wait, and that is also going to bring you down to 120 because of the thorns. So, okay. So, I am going to use... Hey, Doc.
Hey.
I am going
Howdy.
to use a rare single-use golden axe
Oh my god.
to add 40 to my spoon.
Oh my god.
Feel free to read that.
Okay.
And that will knock out Tango for a total KO.
Yep.
So, good game.
Dang.
They showed up at the right moment.
You
just
did.
for the kill.
Yep, okay, so the 2 cards that I got from you, Xisuma, were a single redstone card and a single farm card, and neither of them came out times that I needed them.
That's typical. I got to
Yeah,
use
that's
your
just how it
card though
works.
in the game. Well, GG.
GG, good game, X. That was fun.
Was it
You had me
close?
on the ropes early.
3-1. Ah, okay.
Yeah, it could have swung maybe a little more in my favor early on. I think there was 1 or 2 cards I could have used a bit more on time, so to speak. But
Okay, I'm gonna hit the reset. Yeah, you definitely when I only had 1 guy out, I was worried.
I think my deck had too many energy cards in as well. But gotta play
Yeah,
and
and that's
learn.
the sort of thing that you'll get a feel for as you play, you know.
Absolutely.
X, we haven't played a match yet. Would you be down to play one?
You know what? I played
Just
one
the-
for this stream, and I got other things to do. I thought I'd come over and play a
Nice.
game but I think Joe, are you free?
No, I gotta go get my kid from school. That was why I was saying I could do one real quick. Okay, I'm missing
That's
a card
constantly
somewhere.
like, I'm
Oh,
under
here it
the
is.
impression all day you have to pick your kid up.
Well, no, the thing is though, Doc, no, like first I have to drop her off
joking.
at school, then I have to pick her up from school,
I know,
then I have to
I
make her dinner, then no, I mean there are a lot of things.
I know, man.
There's
I'm
no one
just
else here to
joking.
do them.
I'm just joking.
Okay. So Xisuma though, we were playing that as a learning game, so you get 2 tokens.
Oh, thank you.
So
Nice.
here you go, 1, 2.
Just trying to do a little
Did you
bit.
buy some booster packs already, X?
I've only got
Did you buy
2
some
so
packs?
far.
You wanna maybe look if you wanna trade a little bit or so?
2, 3, 4,
I
24,
have some
26,
items you might need or want.
27,
Yeah, I was gonna head over to the card
Something
game
like-
shop and cash out some of my tokens on a hermit pack probably. So I'm gonna go see what's
What
out
things
there.
you trade? The problem is I've just got pants cards at the moment, so
One sec.
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah, I need to get some more boosters and stuff before I start trading.
Bye, Xisuma
Yeah.
stream.
Oh, see you,
later.
Joe.
Later.
Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh, someone's installed an ender chest. I see.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Right, and I got 2 tokens from that. I'm gonna get back to doing some farm building stuff. Oh look, this has been left out.
Yeah, you gotta finish the landscaping here around the arena, or install
I
some
know.
fence gates here.
The problem
Those
is,
creepers keep wandering.
Oh,
in
do
there.
they?
We need some fence gate here also at the entrance. Yeah.
well, that can be pretty easily set up. I know what the palette is gonna be like around here, but I'm just gonna hit a wall. So yeah, I was hoping to speak to Scar, but I haven't been able to get hold of him and get some tips
Yeah.
on how to do the landscaping. Because once I get like a good idea in my head, I can roll with it. But as of right now, every time I try to work on it, it's just a bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't click.
Oh man, your ender chests look so cool.
It does?
The labels on them and whatnot.
Oh, you got the stream up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got like a mod that does something very slight, which is just to take the name on the ender chest and display that item. So the wooden stick is written on the name of the ender chest, and then it means it appears. Makes it so much easier to pick things out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Schalke boxes could definitely need an overhaul. Make them a bit more user friendly, right? They're clunky.
Yeah, they are a bit.
The bundles are also trash, man. The way they are implemented now.
I've barely
Not
used them, but I don't know. Oh, I see a problem here.
Oh.
I guess maybe just put them like this for now.
Oh.
That'll probably stop mobs.
Good enough to. Yeah.
I'll figure something out proper later on.
Yeah. Good enough.
Yeah, it'll work.
Cool.
Cool.
See you later, man.
See you around, dude. Bye bye. Alright, pretty successful game. Got ourselves 2 coins. Kind of feel like the deck that I have, or the way I set it up, just, I don't know. Just, hey, I'm learning, right? I'm learning. So we got noises in the ear to read, and I want to switch to standing. My bum is feeling numb. So I'm going to do that now, before I forget. Much better. I swear Doc is the next Morgan Freeman. I could listen to him all day. Morgan Freeman. I wouldn't have put those two together. I feel like if you played me their voices side by side, I might hear something. I might be like, oh, wait a minute. You know? Right, no more numbum. people like that saying. Girls, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Doc M while we were streaming there as well. Appreciate you doing that. Delurking the goat. What do I need? I think we just go back and continue placing glass, right? Yeah, look, how have I already placed 8 stacks? Dang. We had a massive sub bomb as well, and before that, Blue Slide Pool for 4 months, Father Apocalypse for 41, that Christopher for 85, Evil X, in his house. Tilda MC, thank you for 15, appreciate it. And we had a whole bunch of gifted subs from Baydan Daniil. Let me quickly read them out. If you hear your name, be sure to say thanks in the chat. We had Guitar Guy, Max Trax, Diddy81, Misha the Mouse, Chinese AL, Sea Blue Eyes, CMS, As Far As It Goes, Kind Artist, Azaka78, Nubatel, The Nick, Instant, Yakisoba, Simpson Fan, Kimmy Destructor, Night Track, Avery Gay Raccoon, Lil Spag Bowl, AMX17, Unoriginal Name, Alex Delanter, Iuno Ihalia? Oh man, that's a tricky one. Ren's Cold Sun, Vicadarus MC, BS Haru, and RKS System. Look, there are definitely some butchered names in there, right? Definitely some butchered names. Cool. Thank you so much for those subs again, Baytan. Appreciate you doing that. Oh, and we got Tannenbaum20 here. Oh, wait. Oh, I fixed it. For 19 months, love TCG. Have you seen Scar's Castle? Not in person yet, just on his video, and it looked incredible. I mean, Scar got kind of like hung up on that, and it took him a while to make his video. Got me thinking, like, you need to... sometimes when that sort of stuff happens, what's it called? It's called the sunk cost fallacy. Like, I think that once you're stuck on something for a certain amount of time, it's like, you know, move on and come back to it. But Scar absolutely persisted on that being like the next thing that he did, and he totally knocked it out of the park in the end, so that was cool. Turtleburger says, hey, when are you thinking of hopping on Create again? You're close to having your target range score knocked off the new scoreboard. I mean, I'm suspicious that I ended up on the scoreboard to begin with, to be honest. I don't know. I'm going to be completely frank and just say that my inspiration isn't quite there for logging on and just doing stuff on... Oh my god. Like, how? Like, what did you spawn on? Like, Okay, let's do this and then that. There's nothing it could have spawned on because it can't spawn on glass and it can't spawn up there. Yeah, okay, so oh, there's a little bit missing over here. I wonder if there's something like that around here. Anyway, there's absolutely nowhere for a creeper to spawn up here. So how did it? Okay, there's like slabs there. How did that happen? Maybe it spawned on the scaffolding and wandered over there. That's probably what it did. Weird. Weird. Okay, I think we might have solved that mystery. Because they can spawn on scaffolding. Huh. Right, here's where we ended up. And I need to... I think actually they go back there, but I'm trying to remove that thing so I don't forget about it. We are placing glass, peeps. Let's continue doing that. And I'm taking questions from chat. Just to answer the last one. What I do have is some ideas for a minigame. The problem is time. It's always time management, and I just know I'm going to stretch myself a little thin if I start a project on there. So I'm trying to like create this mindset of like, I know it's so easy for me to look at stuff, think about it creatively, get excited, want to create, but then it detracts from some other commitments. So what am I committed to? Well, at the moment I'm going to be doing my snapshots and Minecraft news and enjoying that, and I'm going to continue doing Hermitcraft. And I think between those, it really gets tricky to find like another space to do a project like that. I'm not ruling anything out, of course, but that's just where I'm at right now. I'm also like deliberately trying to take more time off for myself. I did have plans to go to London today, but I had to change them, and I kind of learned that before going, I have this mindset of like am I not being... I mean, I'm not using the right language here because it's not quite the right language, but like, am I taking this time off? I don't know. Like, do I really need it? Could I be productive or something like that? Like, I don't want to say productive, but, you know, doing the other thing. And then I kind of learned that actually no, I really wanted to go to London because when I didn't go, I was a bit disappointed in the morning. But as the day shaped up, you know, it was all right. But I think it was important to learn that because it's just not something I do. I don't like focus on giving myself time like for something different that I enjoy. Because I enjoy doing this, but like I do it a lot. So it was good to learn that because it made me realize, oh yeah, no, wait, scheduling this stuff off is good. It is important. I was right. I would have enjoyed this day and it would have been the right thing to do. So I'll go again soon in the future, but I felt like it was just important to learn that today, right? So I'm happy with that. That was good. Boonsis says, X, how do you choose what to commit to even though all of these things seem so interesting? That's a great question. It is hard to say. By the way, I've also got like 2 other big commitments that I'm just not talking about, things that I'm working on. Like, they'll just be things that happen at some point, and maybe then I can be like, oh, you know, say I was working on something, it was this. But anyway, how do I decide? I think maybe that, like, I'm trying to think of an answer is like, maybe I don't really have much of a process. It's just maybe right time, right place, right? Like if I had decided some time ago not to do Hermitcraft, let's say there was a point where I just went, oh, I'm going to take a break from this and didn't take it seriously, and you know, time passes and other stuff happens, like, then the commitment to Hermitcraft wouldn't be there. So like, I might be working on a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think some of it is just an extended rhythm of what you're already doing. But some of the other choices I've made are definitely driven by passion, that's for sure. Some are driven by, I guess, necessity. But there isn't really like a formula or a strategy. It's just, I guess it's just happened. I've divvied up time to certain things. But if if you're trying to make a decision yourself, the best thing you can do is obviously think about it. Because if you don't think about it, well, you'll do whatever you do. But if you think about it, if you reflect, introspect, you'll probably figure some things out and make a better decision, right? Turtleburger says there are plenty of people on the Discord, so if you have an idea for another minigame, we would love to help. I appreciate you saying that, thank you. Yeah, possibly we could do something collaboratively. I'll just see where it goes, I need a bit of time here and there, and it doesn't come about too often. Because immediately I'm just thinking about, now I start to think about, other moments where it's been like, oh yeah, I could do that, but then remember this other thing you're trying to do? And then, oh yeah, remember, that thing over there and this thing over there? There's just so many things to do with one's time. But what I've really liked is not getting too caught up in the fact that there's all these things and just taking time away from it and just enjoying that time. That's been really good. It's been really healthy. Okay, look at that. I didn't need all the glass, but a fair amount of it. I think, I've got another job I want to do here, but I think we'll move on. We'll call that, and we'll start doing the game design stuff. By the way, some random dude 5 minutes ago, just some random dude. Here with the Amazon Prime subscription. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you using that on me. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So, I needed to put that up there for a project I'm going to work on. That's going to contribute to something I think is going to look unbelievably cool when it's done. So, now what we do is we log off and we go over to the world that I have where I created the Guardian file. I was just thinking, why was I in my season 2 world recently of Hermitcraft? Oh yeah, it's because I made the oscillator thing again. So what we'll do in this world is we'll lay down the blueprint for the next farm, you see. You have to do stuff like place blocks in a certain place, and it can be really helpful just to have your schematic kind of ready. Now we won't need to build it up entirely the same over in this other location, right? But we can speed things up a lot if we, let's say, take this much sand from there over to here. Okay. Now if I stand on that corner, which is on the edge of the structure. Okay, and what I want to do is just copy this. We're going to make this super easy for ourselves. Rotate 180. Take stock of what height we're at. We're at 66. Notice how this is laggy in a single player world, but on Hermitcraft it isn't. So height 66, corner of the ocean monument, which is just over here. You also kind of want to watch out for kelp and stuff, because they can break the sand. Anyway. So now we need to just come over here to that. Right, and then when we paste... Yeah, you see, I expected that bit to happen with the sand falling down. I wonder if I can just do it again. It shouldn't technically break anything here. Then more sand will fall down, then do it again. And we've actually managed to fully build up... There we go. We've managed to fully build up the thing again, right? Like, that's it. That's all we needed to do. Bunch of fishies coming through. That's lovely to see. That's lovely to see. Right, now what's different this time is that we're going to put one of these over on this side. Oh, there's not actually blocks there. For some reason I thought... Okay, we'll do that. So yeah, we want these actually to be out by 1. And then this needs to... Viking Leader Reds, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate ya. Hope you're enjoying the stream. The Magpie says, can you whitelist me? You know, single player world doesn't have a whitelist, dude. I don't know what to say. Okay, we'll put the glass... Oh my god, I'm going to have to get so... We're going to have to take a trip to the desert. Oh, get out of the way. Ooh, fish, get out the way. Get out the way, fish, get out the way. Right. So what you have to do is mess around with the pressure plates, right? Or anything really, actually. I could probably, just since they're already in the area, do that. And then they'll have to push each other into the next bit, unfortunately. But now we get to get to stack from here to there. Yeah, this was way quicker than I thought it would be. I didn't have the copy paste idea in my head, and then I just kind of realized, wait a minute, that's going to be super easy to set up. So we need to figure out like the optimal AFK spot. I thought it might be cool to actually put it sort of more diagonal. X, how about making this 5 wide to avoid Guardian traffic jams? Well, if we look at how they funnel over here when we're up top, I don't think we're going to have much of a problem. It's not so much the 3x3 aspect. Oops. It's more so the problem with like notice how they go in and it's like and up they come, right? We're not having any trouble, but then we start to when they get clustered here. Now we're having trouble, okay? If I drop down swiftly, let's pay attention to what's going on. It's because they're not moving out of the way fast enough, right? Can you see them coming back? They go forward, they go back. So we just need them to go whoop, straight up, which we'll be able to experiment with this pretty quick. Aha, kelp. I said that might be a problem. Oops. Yeah, we can do this with a spawn egg now that I think about it. So, they do bounce a little. You know, there could be room for improvement here. I must admit, they do push back a fair bit more than I thought. I wonder if there's a way I can improve that. Probably not. Yeah, actually, there might be a case to make it 5 wide. Let's try that again. Because we know we're going to get like a lot of them coming in at once. Like that's not unrealistic. So I've got some ideas on how to improve this. It does seem like 5 wide might be the way to go. I wonder if doing that will help. Also, it might backfire and let them get out easier too. That seems better. That does seem a fair bit better, does it not? That seems like miles better. Also, remember there's no soul sand underneath this. Other stuff is spawning and it's targeting it, so they are a bit distracted. That actually seems to make like a real big difference. I reckon we can roll with that. Let's do the stack command for like 60. Oh, you know, probably need to be more like 90, right? Oh, I don't have the soul sand installed. I need the soul sand installed. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Should we do this? Should we do this like a crafty, clever way, so I can be like, look how brain smarty I am. Oh look, we got another. Oh, that was weird. Though, there we go. Oh my days! Get out of the way. Got a feeling we might see that happen again. Maybe not. So on this side, we'll also have the added task of removing some blocks because of these arches. Okay, so before I do the brain smart stuff, I need to get rid of all the kelp. And then I'll have to come down here with a bucket of water and just remove a handful of these, right? Not a crazy amount, that would be like the bare minimum. So if I come over here and select from there to here, and then let's say we set red. Oh, do you know what? We have to do two things here. Right, first of all we do that, then we need to set it to water. Okay, so we've got water columns going all the way up. Then we're going to expand our selection down by 30 blocks and replace red sand with soul sand, okay? And there you go. Very quickly we've set that up now. So now we're going to head back up here. Uh-oh. That's interesting. Let's go and amend that. So at this level here, we'll just simply replace. Give it a good old selection. Have I done that correct, or is it there? I think it's there. Yeah, it was half the amount of blocks. And then we go stack 100. It's even higher now. Sky says, World Edit is such a blessing. Yeah, it really is. So about this height here is where we're going to stand. So now we should really see the effect of the Guardians sort of kick in. Now what I'm thinking is, like, the most absolute optimal place is probably more at a diagonal. So why don't we go set block. Put that there. Okay, now we get to use this tool. Except we'll turn that one off and create a new one here. By the way, we've got a noise in the ear from Clover TR for 10 months. Today's my birthday. Have a good one, everyone. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Which one did we just add? This one here? So is it me, or are we not high enough? I feel like we probably need to be higher. Let's try that. So we go into the menu and we tell it just to yeah, set here. Right, and then we can go down and sort of inspect where it gets cut off. That's the big thing really, is where does it get cut off? Like, not inside our farm yet, and it kind of looks like we got space, quite a bit of space to work with. We can go up another 5 or 6 blocks, I think, at least. Yeah, interesting. Maybe even higher than that, because we really want to cut out as much of this other area as possible. Now, another thing we can do, in theory, is sort of like move out diagonally. How do you perfectly move out diagonally? I think I know how. But it might just be a bit tricky. You need to like be on the corner. Okay, we on the corner. There we go. You got to look this way, and you got to look at your pitch. No, your yaw. I think 135 means you're like perfectly diagonal. Actually, I'll tell you what we've got to do. We've got to take the numbers. So if I'm in the middle of this block, we're talking minus 1883.5 slash minus 1899.5. And the observation we need to make here, when we go in this direction over to the next block, is that they both go upwards, although technically downwards. Easier said than done. I just kind of want to make sure this is on like a diagonal from it, which I'm not sure it is. I think I might just wing it with the yaw. So if I come down here, oh my god, it's so tricky to maneuver sometimes. Right, back down to here. Right, that's like me directly in the middle of the block. So now I need to get my yaw to like 135 before I move. Kind of makes it look like that is actually on the diagonal. Okay. What did I say? Like 6 blocks? Let's try coming back a bit. That's the other thing. Like moving further away rather than upwards might be a better shout. You got to think about like the shape of the sphere, right? We don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead. No, it didn't disappear. There we go. So we shall move this to where we are. Detach cam actually helps me look around. Nightshade Owl, thank you so much for 4 months of support. Hey X, if you had the time, resources to pick up master any skill or hobby, 100% guaranteed, what would it be? I don't know. My head's just in a different place for that kind of convo right now, you know, doing all this farm creation. That's a very interesting question, though. Very interesting. So I feel like if I were to like move down and back that way a little bit, we'd pull away more of this space while retaining a bit more of that. So I think what we want to do is probably go down by like... how much further that way will I have to go? Like, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Let's continue to experiment though. So I'm going to go down by 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's see what happens when it's here. It's rendering the hitbox, by the way, of the ocean monument, I think. Yeah. Let's turn that off because there's quite a lot of noise on the screen. Set here. Oh wait, not like that. Let's just stay there and use this again. Mama Bear 67, thank you for resubscribing. Yeah, nice shout out. I really like that question. It's just one to discuss at another time, I think. Wow, that definitely feels way better, right? We are, although I tell you what I'm doing. I'm looking at the structure as if they're going to spawn on top of it, whereas really, it's more a case of how much water space do they have. So if I continue on this path, we're probably going to heavily optimize. So let's go 1. Look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, and then go down here. Right, so this time I'm going to stand here. Oh gosh, I got it all wrong. What's going on? There we go. You can kind of see it in the amount of guardians that are there. Wow, I think there might be a case to be made for making it 5 wide, you know. There's definitely a case for 5 wide. So again, we have really restricted that spawn space. On the inside though, it's starting to encroach just a little bit. So I think now what we'll do is try it again. But maybe just here. I think I'm going to settle now. I think I'm going to be like, okay, that's really good. So set there. Again, just every time trying to pull away more and more water space on the outside, but keep a little zone here. Really, that's really strong now. Really strong. I could possibly put a bunch of sea lanterns on the outside. Yeah, look at that. I think perhaps lower the block down by 1 or 2 now. So we do this. Set here. And drift off again. I'm so hyped for archaeology in 1.20. Thought it was cancelled, said Carl the Pirate. You know, I did some research and I couldn't quite find the record sort of saying it's cancelled, but that was the general impression I think that people had. Yeah, I think actually I might just push it back up a couple of blocks. I think where we were was probably better. I don't like seeing like the surface of this for some reason, even though it doesn't make sense. That's just a hang up from like traditional, you know, farms that they spawn on surface when they're not underwater. So yeah, that's our AFK spot. We figured that out. Now we'll go and address the issue with the spawning, which I'm kind of not looking forward to because it's going to be a real pain to mess around with this. I'll tell you that now. Especially with all of that soul sand down there. I think I'm going to have to like turn off particles for a minute. Just let all of that go away. So, you know what? This might be a little easier than I thought. It will. Funny enough, it will be a little easier than I thought. Okay, so we need some weld edit again. As you might suspect, we're going to have some issues with all of this sand, that's for sure. Okay, so we're going to select from there up to... Let's see. Well, anywhere will do really, that. And then we're going to move it by 2. Right, totally expecting that to happen with the sands. Then we got this problem in here. We'll fix that later on, let's say. And I'll probably just do this manually for a minute. Who else thought it was cancelled in chat, by the way? I'm just having a little look. Because I really thought at some point they told us it was cancelled. I just couldn't find the record of it. I mean, it might even be in my own videos, right? Like, I might have made a video where it's like, oh, by the way, it's cancelled. I just didn't know where that was. Either way, it looks great. Like, I really love the aesthetic compared to what we saw before. What we had before looked like typical developer artwork, which is one thing. So, you know, you could have perhaps always anticipated that it would have improved. But now we've got something that feels like it belongs in the game big time. Like, those aesthetics that they put together, they're fantastic. Like, it's got a very terracotta-like vibe. Ah, here's a problem. Here's a big problem. Okay. I think I know how to fix this. So let's first of all fill in the gaps, and then we'll sort this out. Because we've got water there, which shouldn't be there when you build it. You don't want these things waterlogged. Oh my god. Weather clear. 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Like, please, just no one likes thunder in this game. Now someone in chat's going to be, I like thunder. Oh. Just saying that, aren't you? You're just saying that. Let's go from here to there. This might be a little bit tricky because I want to use... what's going on? I want to use set block now for scaffolding. What am I looking at? Scaffold, yeah. But they have like the distance thing, and waterlogged is... Oh, they are waterlogged at that level. Of course they are. Okay, I got it. Oh, I got it wrong. Let's not use world edit then. Turns out we don't need that. I thought they weren't going to be water... Hey! Dude! In the way. Okay, then here they're not waterlogged, right? Anyway, I guess when I build it in survival, it'll all get sorted. And then they need water at the top. You can see that's missing. This wasn't as much of a pain to sort out as I thought it would be. I'll give you that one. Ah, but... And I remember how this is done. You got to put water down like that. So now you got your 5 lanes. Then we just need water up here. That solves that bit. So now it's 5 wide. We've got some stuff underneath to fix. Let's go ahead. This is gonna... I think what I want to do is just rebuild it here. And then stack it up again, basically, over what already exists, I think is the way to do it. So we have that and that. Contain it. Put this thing across the front, and then here's the level where we actually stack things. Let's get some water. Some water? No, water. And I think I messed up something here. I'm not sure which bit, but make sure there's like water at each level. Yeah, so I now think we're ready to be like from here to there. 5-wide elevator constructed. Perimeter is slightly larger as a result. We need to go underneath. Do you think archaeology would come to Minecraft? Did you? Says Lucro with the poll, and 63% of you thought it wasn't. Wow. There you go. That's interesting. You can hear all the bubbling, but you can't hear the like see the soil sand. Sand, soul, soil. What? Okay, let's go. Actually, replace it with water, otherwise we'll have issues. I mean, technically I don't really need to place this, but we might as well see it in action. So there you go. I think it's a really small amount that's sort of cut out, but I think we'll move the AFK spot down a single block now. And yeah, that's kind of it. So let's whiz up there. Right. Move this down by 1 block. Just gonna move the thing again, even though it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there you go. Actually, I feel like it just went up a block. Did it go up a block? I think I remember moving it back, actually. Let's double check. Wow, Guardians. We got them. They do seem to benefit from the 5 wideness. No, it did actually move it down. Okay. Right, so I want to stand up the top here. At the AFK spot. And I don't know which way I should face. I guess, do we want the Guardians going into a single column and then coming over this way? Or do we want to funnel them like that? They'll probably get a bit more clogged up if we do it that way. That really looks to me like they are doing so much better now, right? Cool. Here's something that might help us, by the way. Let's go give... If I give myself a command block, I have the space to do that. And then we make it like always active, repeat, kill, at a type guardian. And then distance, like, let's just say within 7 blocks. So then they get killed when they're at the top here. Now let's go difficulty peaceful and then difficulty hard. And then just go back to our AFK spot over here. And now, like, we sort of also get to simulate them getting killed when they're at the top. So they're going to be up here. And it's going to be like, see you later, alligator. Well, they take a while to get up there. Yeah, and then you're dead. So then they can keep spawning down here. And it just seems to make a massive difference to have it 5 wide, doesn't it? They just all shuffle right in. Might have something to do with me being far enough away that they don't pathfind as much too. But yeah, I'm glad we made that little extension. It's quite the sight up there, isn't it? Right, there we go. I could modify this if I wanted to keep it. So this bit here, let's say we go type in player. That should work. Oh, is it back here you put it? Yeah. That'll get rid of the items as well then. Oh my god, look at my inventory. What's going on with it? Needs a bit of a wipe out really, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that distance a bit bigger. grab that, put it on this side, and then make it so it needs redstone. So I can sort of turn it on and off as I choose now. Now, if I put water here that goes across that way, I do remember it's a bit of a pain to set up. It will be a bit of a... Oh, also, how high is this thing? Because we need to consider the drop distance next. So over here, we want to measure, like, sort of directly above, directly below. So from there to here, 34 blocks. I want to make sure that our drop is at least 34 blocks. So I don't really think it matters what way I'm facing. Oh yeah, it does based on what I want to do here. Let's grab some other types of block. Is dripstone an option here? Dripstone? What would dripstone be used for? Blackjack says make it 35 to avoid the problems some still living. Yeah, that's the plan. So if I'm on my little minecart going back and forth, I'm going to be moving in one of these axes, and then depending on which one I choose, we're going to bring them across different. I don't know quite why I'm figuring this out. Oh yeah, height, that was it. Okay, so then what I want to do is simulate stone, let's say, when I'm in my minecart. Yeah, it's still like 2 blocks. It's still at that height, right? Yeah, of course it is. Okay, so then we're going to have, like, stone blocks at this height. Okay, and that's the key thing, really. Like, what is that height there? This that we are looking at is 163. Huh. Yeah, I actually kind of need to build what I want to build from here, don't I? This is going to be like a 5x5 platform. So, yeah, no, I just want to click that. That's where we want them to fall down. And then we want to be like stack 34. Okay, so that's a 35 block drop. I think I'll make it 36 to be on the safe side. Wow, we need to come up even higher. And then some. Dang. So, if we're going to drop them from here on a 1x1 hole, we need to get water to there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of lost count. 6, 7, 8. Actually, haven't lost count. Is that over by 1? Is that just off by like 1 block? I'd be tempted to nudge it in if so. I can nudge my whole contraption in by 1 block. RNG, ESUS, PvP, thank you so much for using your Amazon Prime subscription on me. Thank you for subscribing, my dude. Appreciate it. I don't think we need that one anymore. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it really looks to me like it's just off by 1. So, let's just pretend we're going to drop it down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 8. See, now the farm looks a little bit flawed. Because all of a sudden you end up taking this massive trip to get over there, right? Whereas that one, because it sort of kept coming towards the player, it meant the drop was directly on top of it. You could maybe argue that I've taken the wrong approach with where I've chosen to put the AFK spot, yeah? Interesting. So if I go and put the AFK spot, like, let's say more along here, it might be more beneficial. Let's grab that diagonal axis again. We'll mess around with that. We'll see if we can come up with something like an alternative, I guess. Because the further this way we move, the better. for this problem. Okay. So now we go back into using this tool again. And remember that we're already happy with the other spot if we choose to go back to it. I need to not do it that way around. Did he already play Beef's card game? I did for today, yeah, we played around. You see, that's pretty good too, right? Like, I've kind of winged it a little bit. That's not so bad. Definitely feels like there's more space this way. Yeah, and it comes close to that area too. But way less work than to bring it over there. I mean, how much of a difference would that make? The elevator would have to go higher. We haven't exactly gained a crazy amount of blocks. Let's go further in like this. Let's go extreme with it and see where it takes us. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So if we come here, see, they're going to get to us way quicker now, but what are we compromising down here? Why deal with diagonal transport at all? Use the full front length of the monument, but with lesser width. Use the full front length of the monument, but with lesser width. Well, it doesn't make sense to put it in the middle. It always makes sense to put it on the corner, right? Because then you'll just load less of the bounding box. But I think what you're saying is just maybe seeking out the diagonal isn't really worth it. Because that, to be fair, that does kind of disclude a fair bit of spawn area. But also in here. So if we drop it down a couple of blocks, then more over this range is going to come into play. Yeah, maybe we should just ditch the whole diagonal idea. And experiment. Okay, so got no idea if this is a good height or not. Let's bring it down to like somewhere around there is where we need it to drop from. So if we put the perimeter back here, and then we press this thing again, set here, have a little look with our camera count. Yeah, well, that's not good enough because now we're loading absolutely tons of that. Yeah, wow. Okay, really underestimated that then. So I'm pretty much going to go... Let's just move that. Another 12 blocks or so. Maybe even higher than that. If you put it in the middle and go back, you can make the bounding box more closely hug the spawning area. Yeah, go back as well is what we're thinking, I see. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how that would work. Bringing it back a little bit further. The question is, like, how much? So, just so we're at the right height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it would go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it goes down again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that would be the middle of the 5x5 area. So 2 in each direction. We would be here. Oops. So I'm just trying to kind of like align it better. There's also the question of like how much do we need this? Because this thing's pretty darn efficient. I like that. That's really pushed a lot of it out now. And not so much here. So I feel like we could afford to maybe go down 1 or 2 blocks. Why are they why are y'all hovering like that? Oh, by the way, I've never turned the part. I need to do that later. I need to turn the particle effects back on. Yeah, it looks to me like we could, if we moved like another 8 blocks out, we'd have to move down like another 2. So like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. And now the position should be quite aggressive. For all of this space back here. Very aggressive. And then how much wasted space? Yeah, you see a fair bit there, but then you're loading a lot more of this. I think I'm going to move it down by like one more block and then be happy with that. So, chat, tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Should we go for diagonal? For like absolute optimum of that? Or should we just go for here? Which makes it much easier. I think picking this is the better way to do it. I think the water broke when you made the middle 5 wide. Yeah, you're probably right, Spooky. You're probably right. Cybot says here. Going back is easy for transport. Going back there? Going here is... This is easier for transporting Guardians, I think. Right, that's our AFK spot. Therefore, our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5 block of stone is here. Which might end up making it like 7 wide. I can't remember what the thing for it was in the end. So now let's go and... let's expand that by 35. And then stack it once. That'll just create a block up there. So we want our Guardians to drop from this spot now. Has there been a hydration this stream or did I miss it? No, I haven't been drinking water after I eat in the evening. But you know, I'll have a sip. Yesterday, I actually believe I went the whole night without weeing, you know. Oh, Xisuma, please tell us about your weeing in the night time. I need a wee update. I want to know about your urination habits. Oh, chat, you are obsessed, I tell you. God. Always going on about it. Jeez, I'll let you know. You know. Anyway, so I've gone from like clearly lasting further into the night, but then lasting the whole night. So I kind of want to keep on track with that and see how it affects my sleep. Sort of overall. That is essentially my goal at the moment. Also, if we're doing it this way, we're not even experimenting with sending them down a single line, which I honestly kind of wanted to do, but the amount of building and stuff you got to do to set it all up, right? Like, it'd be interesting to see how they get on with that, I guess, is what I'm thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, somehow my counting got a little skew-whiff, but that's okay. I think I'm just going to adjust accordingly. So what I'm going to do is stack this actually one more time, and we're going to do it from that height, and then we're going to use the creation of this bit as our guidance. So there's your first 8. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Oh wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of this needs to go up 2. No. Move 1 up and then 2 to the side this way, right? Do the same thing with the AFK spot. So that's our AFK spot. This is where they're going to fall down from. Cool. Now I think what we'll do is we'll build up the rest of this. That was a hydration reminder, not a wee reminder. I don't need a wee. Because I haven't been drinking water since after I ate. So I'm good. So like that, like this. This is going to cost me so much glass, peeps. It's crazy. And think about all the dye too. That reminds me, one of the things I want to start working on is expanding my cactus farm for another project. Something we go take a look at and see what needs doing. I was going to... I did want this stream to like start building the thing as well, but maybe we'll just prep for it. Yeah, for now I'm just going to keep it like open roof, I think. Actually, I'm not sure that makes sense, but yeah. Actually, what probably makes the most sense is using more world edit, right? The more you can use world edit, the better. Right, so then if I go stand here, I've got a feeling this will be wrong. It cuts it off, right? Cuts it off in a big way. Okay, I used world edit wrong, that's what's going on here. Maybe it's not so great to use world edit all the time. Let's do that. No. That one. Let's also turn this thing off now. I think I'm too high up at the moment. I need to drop down a little bit. Actually, you could also add magma blocks on the rest of the monument if you want, so the Guardians get out of the spawning sphere quicker. That's a great suggestion. That needs to be written down. That is just such an interesting thought. You know, not only... I thought I'd turn that off. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, like, not only can you work on moving Guardians into your farm, but you can work on moving them out. Curious. And eventually they give up, but they get to the top and they have a bit of fun, don't they? Have a bit of wiggling about. See, there I've given them 2 blocks, and here I've given them 1. Kind of looks to me like they're having a better time with 2 air blocks than they are with 1. So we'll make it 2 each time. Thus meaning need to go a little bit further over here. Go on, fall off then. Right, and then we want them to fall into the right place as well. And we shall do that like so. Yeah, this thing's probably definitely going to have to be 7 wide stone, because it'll be like if they come out to the side, they might end up somewhere else. You know, they might fall out of range of this thing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna. I think what I'm gonna have to do is fully build this part with the new stone generator before I even build the bit up top, because we might need to make some adjustments to where they fall and stuff. But now that we're here, let's turn off that as well. I think I'm gonna take a break from working on this project though. It's cool to put this together, but it just took a fair bit longer than I thought it would. But hey, this is what I do in between episodes, right? Sometimes I'm just in a world for hours just messing around. And the way they come, like they're coming at a far better rate now. And we also got a great tip on how to improve the efficiency down here. So we've done a lot of great work for this, really. But that's the system now. The Guardians come up, they get funneled, and then they end up all the way up here. And they get brought out and dropped on our little platform. Yeah, good stuff. That'll be that for now. I'm a Pineapple 3. Thank you so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it, and I hope you're entertained and enjoying our live stream here this evening. Peeps, if you're enjoying it, be sure to hit the follow button. Cybot says Stone Gen is 7+ wide. You should know you built it. But now you know what you built it for, right? That being said, it's... It's definitely wider than 7 because of... maybe it's not, I can't remember. But it does converge on 7 in the middle, because you've probably seen where I combined your design on both sides, so they push the same spot. So it definitely meets with 7, but I've got a feeling it might have a little bit more room on either side. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it, because maybe there's a reason why you don't do that or something, right? Amalpine with the... what is that emote? It's like the beard Xisuma, Old Man X. Old Man Satsuma. Oh, there's so many things we could do at the moment. Gather materials, get sand from the desert, work on that little project down there some more. Wow, so many hermits online. It was like this yesterday as well, and the day before that. I feel like it's Hermitcraft season. Oh, can't open. Can't open it. That's fine. The thing I wanted to look at was this. My cactus farm, yeah, it's not very big. Can I expand it? You see, I could build like several modules if I get rid of that beacon. Huh. The beacon's kind of like... yeah, the beacon is... like, you want the haste, right? And it's right in the wrong spot. I could also build modules going in this direction, dropping down into there. That might interfere with this space. Anyway, you know, no point me actually doing that on camera right now. So let's go. We can go mine sand. We can do a little bit of like polishing up for our next project, which just involves me grabbing some deep slate here. I don't know how much I'll need, but I'll take more than enough. That's a habit I've got to get used to, taking more than enough. We're kind of done with glass now. I'll hold on to a little bit just in case. Yeah, I might lose some or do something silly with it. I don't need the carpets. Mob drop can go in there. Right, I keep asking chat what you want me to do and then not paying attention. Sand from Doc's shop. I wouldn't mind just going out and mining. You know? 250 hopper minecarts loaded. Good luck, says Cybot. What are you on about? 250 hopper minecarts loaded? My cactus farm doesn't use hopper minecarts. Not sure what you're on about. Sand from librarians, glass from librarians. I don't need glass. Oh yeah, no, I do. I don't have a trading hall. I don't have a trading hall. That's why sand for desert, for glass for building the ocean monument, right? You know, I haven't. These are not the right material. We'll need the cactus dye plus the lapis blue dye. Now, I am not short of that stuff because I thought I had a shulker box of it in here. Maybe it's in this one. Wow, we've got loads of cactus. Where do I keep flowers? Yes. No shortage of blue dye. Something I need to do, though, is just make sure I've got a decent stockpile of green dye. So I actually need to do a little bit of smelting. It's kind of ironic. I'm going to build a furnace array soon, and I keep seeming to do big smelting jobs. I'm like, this will be perfect once I got my smelter set up. Right, and then I need the cactus. So we'll get all of that going. I don't know if that's enough for this project, but it's a start. Then we need the sand. Then we need scaffolding, right? My brain's starting to tick over now. You're building a guardian farm, X. Probably need a bunch of redstone. Probably need to like stock up on that stuff a bit. I did have a plan to do a live stream where I just like spend the whole time doing my shulker boxes for the room up top. Every time, like, I don't know, it feels like I'm always distracted. Like, there's always just too many things to do in this game. Like, I'm definitely gonna... I think I'll do that off camera. We'll probably be better off just waffling and mining sand in the desert, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna need a bunch of redstone, scaffolding. 1, 2, 3, you know, 4, probably more than that. Let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab a little bit of string. of which I know I've got plenty of. I had a box full of string. I think I actually put it into here. There it is. Like, so many people in chat are talking about Doc right now. I say so many people, like 5 people, all with messages about Doc. What's going on with Doc? Well, that's definitely more than enough. Then we need sand for the perimeter, soul sand again. I can't remember how much I used last time. I could actually math it quickly in my head, sort of. You have columns of 8 coming in from either side with a 5, so 21, and then you have, I think, another 8 and 8, which is 16. So I think you need around 336 soul sand blocks, which would be, you know, 5 1/4 stacks if I use my noggin correctly. Can someone double check me on that? Totally didn't just use a calculator. What? Let's go over here and do that. There's 3 stacks. What did I say? 5 1/4. Yeah, I might need to go find some soul sand in the nether, right? Technically, I've probably got enough here, but why don't we, like, keep this stocked up, because it's useful, and turn that into 5 1/2 stacks. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to put my glass into this chest for now. This one. Right, and then that pretty much covers the platform when we get the sand to go around it. Then we need tons and stupid amounts of glass. So, yeah, I should probably have more furnaces than this. Right, and I used up all of my sand earlier, I think. I did put some in here. Let's take that out and go afresh. So, yeah, we're gonna take a couple of shulker boxes and fill them up. And then we're gonna grab all the sand. Yeah, that'll do. And let's get, like, a lot more smelting over here. Get some fuel again. And away we go. Right, now that we're on the grind, I think I've mentally sorted out everything we're doing. It's time for talking. I don't know. What do you want me to waffle on about, chat? You know how I roll. I just blah 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 blah. What do you want me to blah 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 about today? Oh, it looks like I've missed 4. Oh yeah, there's 4 in the end. Waffles, says Shinny. Waffles. I don't know. X opinion on the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck or the Stream Deck? I've got a Stream Deck, but the Steam Deck is the portable thing. I mean, I haven't got one. I don't really consider myself a gamer or want to spend my time gaming that much, so it's not something I'm going to get, but it looks pretty darn cool, because if I do play games, it's usually on the PC. You know, puzzle games and stuff I like. It's kind of cool to have those more portable. Carl says, Doc is obsessed with TCG and has been tweeting about it all day and is asking every single hermit to play games and spying on their streams and VODs to figure out their decks and strategies. And he's doing the Anvil Wars. He's been very present with shenanigans lately, I guess. Demafield says, do you have a favourite type of science? Ooh, favourite type of science. I feel like what's great about science is who's communicating it. Because immediately I think like more astrology. Am I using the right word there? Astrology? Which one's the nonsense? You know, stuff to do with space and physics I find really fascinating. But then, like, chemistry can be incredible too, but it tends to depend on, like, who's explaining it, and are they kind of, like, getting you interested, you know? Do they have enthusiasm? Do they have cool things to tell you about? Because that's how I get into science. I listen to people talk about it. So it really kind of depends on the quality of their communication a lot of the time. Astronomy is science. Astrology is mumbo jumbo, not the hermit. Yeah, astronomy. Then okay, I'm into astronomy, not into astrology. Just to be clear, I don't vibe with the astrology. Pseudoscience, yes, it's pseudoscience. I mean, there's an element of truth in everything, right? So I guess the element of truth there is probably that, you know, maybe astrological bodies, like far away, you know, gravity interacts over a long distance. Maybe there is some form of cosmic influence on your being, right? But I imagine it's incredibly marginal. It's just, you know, just the subtlest of differences of positions of, say, atoms. Not like, oh, you were born on this date, therefore here's your personality. Like, I don't buy into that stuff. So, right, we're going to the desert, right? Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to the desert I go, but also into the never to gather some soul sand. See, I can turn anything into a song. And then we need to take a trip to the nether. Because my shovel's down and trying to think of rhymes. I don't know. Right, fire resistance potion would be smart. Wait, which one's potions? That one is. No, that one's not. I do have one for potions, right? That's glass, you see. There, it's right there. God, I just didn't look at it. That's my problem. Didn't look at it. Thanks. I do have netherite armor though, it must be said. I'm looking forward to 1.19.4 and being able to hold like my elytra on my hotbar and swap it with my chestplate. I think that's kind of cool. Have you seen the superhighway G is building? Says Kazelhoff. I have seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while though. W20MC says, do you like coding stuff? Yeah, I really like, you know, I think programming's cool and coding, but not just that, like the theory around it and the use of logic and ways you can assemble things. But like my experience with it is incredibly rudimentary. I'm talking like copy and paste JavaScript on occasion, but HTML and CSS. Because I used to make little websites when I was a teenager, right? It's one of those things I look back at and I'm like, you know, I've got family, I got relatives and stuff, and they're growing up, and I'm just thinking, whatever it is they're into, I just want to encourage them, right? Because I was into a bunch of stuff that like no one ever really encouraged me. Maybe like friends or whatnot, but like. No one was ever like, oh, X, you know, you're a teenager making websites. You should get into programming. Do you like doing this? Like, how can I help you? Like, that's what you need. You need someone to like foster your interests and like make you realize that you can make something of yourself out of the things you're interested in. Yeah, websites is like one of those things, you know, and this was back in like the 90s, so you're talking like there's a real opportunity to get into that stuff at that time. But yeah, but no one paid attention to what I was doing and was like, oh, you know, wow, that's so cool. You're making websites for your time. Like, let me help you get into this. Look, here's a course at a local college, or here's a book about programming. Like, none of that. And if someone like that was around to do that, I don't know, it could have been a whole thing, you know. I could have easily ended up on a totally different path. Because I was really into it. I just thought it was so cool that I could like have a vision of something in my head and then turn it into something using a bunch of lines of code, right? I saw it from a very creative perspective, more of an artistic one than a functionality one. Like the websites that I used to make, I think I've pretty much got most of them, like backups of them. You can still open them. They're HTML. Like they're all they've got like cool graphics and poetry and stuff on it. And I even made this little system using Flash where you can swap in loops from songs, and so you can have music on the web page. And this was before streaming music and the bandwidth to do so. So like by looping a core part of a song, like a hip hop beat. You know, it was all stuff like Cypress Hill and Dr. Dre and Eminem. You could like loop the core hook or the beat of the song and then compress it and actually make it really quite accessible. You could just load it. And I built this little system where it would have like a different one on each iframe page, and then it would load it into a hidden iframe when you were on the website. So you didn't really like see anything going on. Hey, this is a cool tunnel. You didn't see anything going on the web page, but like you had these options and you could swap the music over. And you know, I opened it up a few years back when I was just looking at those old websites, and it still worked as well. But yeah, it's just like, dang, you know, when you do stuff like that, you need someone around you to like push you in the right direction sometimes, right? I look back at that now and I'm like, dang, I was being like so creative and productive, and that could have really been something, but I you know, I had no mind to be, let's say, businessy about it, or like, oh, I could start a website production company or something, right? Just a derpy little teenager. Flash is start dated, says W20. I mean, it's practically outlawed at this point. But, oh wait, I've gone too far. But back then it was like all the rage, you know, newgrounds.com was something they used to go on, and going on there taught me how to make a couple of games in Flash as well. You know, I was just goofing around with this stuff, and it wasn't from a perspective like it would be now, where if I started to do something like that, I'd be thinking about an end result. I'd be like, right, you know, I'm going to do this thing and it's going to make a great video or something. I was just doing it because I was interested in it. That was fun. That was cool. Are you more into theoretical stuff or hands-on stuff, says Renrath? I think in general I'm more, well, I don't know how to answer that actually. I think it just changes depending on what the topic is. Oh, speaking of the elytra switching, I had an idea for a PvP minigame. Both players fly around in a sphere, try to kill each other with the explosions of the firework they use to propel themselves. Not to kill yourself, but you've got to switch to blast protection chestplate. But of course you can't do that all the time, you'll fail. We did minigames like that in Season 4 of Hermitcraft with the flight sphere. You move around too fast to really properly, it feels like, interact. But I mean, Lucro, just make it, right? If ever you need to get people together and stuff, like we did a little something. Oh, by the way, to the peeps that tuned in and helped me with a little screenshot thing, I'm ending up not going to be using that. I was in a rush to get stuff done, and then all of a sudden, like, my schedule changes, and then I'm able to get hold of Puka, who helped me make some assets, and I also brainstormed some other ideas, and like ended up not using that. But I appreciate the help nonetheless. And you know, if you've got these ideas, we can throw up a server and just try them. You know, it only takes 10 minutes to set something like that up with world edit and creative mode, right? You know, if it's fun, awesome. Maybe we could like bring something like that onto Hermitcraft, have a little death sphere again. Renrath says, but if you became a programmer, then would we have the X we know and love today? No, I'd be a different person, right? You'd be on a different path. So, who knows? But you never know how you're going to contribute to the world and what's for the best, you know? Every branch of life you could possibly walk will have different results. And I think the important thing is not to overthink it and just, like, count your blessings. Do your best to get somewhere good and, you know, make the most of it, enjoy it. Don't overthink the what ifs and the buts. Because I got loads of those, believe me. Believe me. Things could have been so different, but they weren't. They were just this way. Ah. We're full. And I don't want no rabbit meat, me. Forgot to repair the shovel, didn't I? Somber Dome Trodon says, howdy X, your friendly paleontologist here to ask you what is your favourite dinosaur if you have one. You know, there I was thinking, I've got to remember what paleontologists are, and then you've reminded me. I remember was it the Diplosaurus? I don't know, I vaguely remember one as a kid where it kind of like, I remember looking through the books and it had like, it was like an unusual one you didn't hear of too often, it had an interesting shape, but Dinosaurs are fascinating. If I'm like at an exhibit, a museum or something, I will totally be checking out all the different names, and in the back of my mind, like, which one of these is my favourite, you know? Dev says, every good turn and mistake you make the person you are today, that's how we develop. Do right, Dev. Dev there with the wisdom. So, you know, even the downs are part of you becoming who you're going to be. Hey X, is there any podcasts Spotify podcasts on Spotify you recommend? The Lex Friedman podcast is my absolute fave. It's pretty much the only podcast I listen to at the moment. I deliberately like stopped listening to as many. I used to listen to like techie ones and stuff. I really dialed down the amount of content I choose to consume, and just focus on trying to like enjoy something a bit more particular and really get into it. Like I started listening to this new book today. The last one that I listened to was Arnie's Total Recoil, and just, you know, rather than having like loads of stuff going on, I was like, I'm just going to get really into this book and get inspired and motivated, and that was awesome. And now I'm listening to a novel, and it's a novel that's quite sciencey, so that'll keep me intrigued. But yeah, you know, just trying to really enjoy and get into stuff. Be a bit more selective about what I do with my time. Which novel, says Curls? It was the one you recommended, the Free Bodies Problem. I started it yesterday, and I listened to the first chapter, but the first part of the book, which is just a short introduction kind of thing. Definitely like puts you in a good place for like, oh, what's next? And then I listened to another chapter of it this morning. So one thing I've noticed though, because it's Chinese, like when they say the names of people, I'm having a hard time like, oh yeah, that's that person in my head. And they're mentioning characters, and I'm like, did they already like say this person's name? Because I'm just totally alien to these names, right? So like you hear it, but you don't like internalize it the same way as if you heard like a name that you're used to. You know, if someone's a Bob or a Henry or whatever, you're just like, oh yeah, heard that name a bunch of times. I know who that is now. But when they're all these foreign names that you're not familiar with, they sound a bit more like noise. Trying to be a bit more attentive with it, and you know, just try and internalize the new names, but they come at you quick. Stuff You Should Know is an amazing podcast about pretty much everything. If you ever want to listen to more of those again, I think I'm already subscribed to that on Spotify. Gonna make a note. The issue is though, Spotify isn't my like go-to for podcasts, so like if there's something new that comes out, I just don't really see it or know about it on there. Whereas on YouTube, that's where I get my podcasts. Like that's like my feed of content. It's like when stuff happens on YouTube, I know about it, but if it's on some other platform, it's harder to keep up. But I think we'll go repair this shovel now. Also, I don't really need these because it's daytime, so yeah, see ya. YouTube has podcasts, says Lucaro. Yeah. I mean, it's strange. YouTube was kind of championing podcasts for a long time, right? Remember, they had Joe Rogan and extraordinary views on his videos. And loads of other people upload podcasts on there, right? And it's really weird that like YouTube never leaned into it much. Like, they never built out controls for those sorts of videos. Those like long form listen ones. Always thought that was a bit odd. Like they had you know, some of the biggest podcasts already on here and just kind of never focused on it. Aquatic Leaf says, what happens if you have too many ideas while finishing one? What do you do without forgetting those ideas? Write them down. If you don't want to forget an idea, write it down. Making lists, taking notes, really valuable skill to learn. YouTube podcasts tend to do better when they have video, but otherwise, yeah, says the Karif. Yeah, I think you're right. They do better with video because it suits the platform a little bit more, and it creates a little bit more of an opportunity for engagement. But you know, even still, people still engage with it. There were podcasts I used to, because I'm not listening to as many now, but there were some that I used to that were just audio only. But you know, you were literally there just to pick it up and listen to it. And because YouTube was sort of the main medium I would use, it was very convenient to have them on there. You know, I just come over here and like very instinctively pull out this box and I'm like, where's that diamond sword? And then I'm like, why do I need the diamond sword? Oh yeah, it's looting. Like, and sweeping edge. Yeah, that's my XP farm sword, I guess. It's just muscle memory, isn't it? Oh, I never turned particle effects back on. That's very good, isn't it? I've remembered. That'll do nicely. What's your texture pack resolution? Default. I don't like playing with any higher resolution stuff, really. What's your favourite tea at the moment? Says Rowdy Vegetable. Definitely vanilla tea. I have not been drinking as much tea and coffee since I don't know, for like a couple of weeks. Don't know why. Dev says, how do you power through projects? You have lost most of the motivation to do them, Xisuma. Have I? Asking for a friend. I haven't lost motivation for my projects. I don't know what gave you that impression. I mean, motivation is a fleeting thing anyway. I don't operate through motivation. I operate through, I guess, routine, habit, discipline. And what I've really learned of late is that I can only go so far. But it's about like having your priorities managed. I'm doing this, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. And you know ahead of time, right, this is a priority, I'm going to work on that. And sometimes you turn up to work on it and you don't feel like it, but you got to just start. Just got to start, and then you start to get into it, and then you go on it. Oh, you're asking, like, what would you do? Not implying that you do. If I didn't have the motivation to work on stuff right now, I mean, I would just take a break. But again, like, that's not the way... I wouldn't. Because, motivation doesn't come first in my mind. The bigger picture does. Right? So it's like... when I start the day, I get out of bed and one of the first things that I do, I drink some water, which by the way I'm getting dry mouth over here. But I start my morning routine. I do these stretches and I make sure I get some sunlight. I meditate. There's a few things, particular stretches, mobility work. And the reason that I just get up and do that is because I've already decided that this is important and valuable to me, that I take good care of my health and that I keep myself in good condition, you know, and I warm up for the day because I like to do weightlifting and running. So, you know, a good stretch of the legs and the body gets you prepared for those things. So the routine just means I don't start with, do I feel like it? I start with, aha, I'm doing this. And that's how my day starts, right? Got any more heads? Got an extra head. I'd like to pick those up. That's basically how my day starts, is like with the routine. And then, you know, after I finish my morning routine, I usually cook and eat. And then I go on to the next thing. But the day before, I already know what the next thing is. Right? I don't do stuff on the whim of, oh, I feel like this, I feel like that. It's all, right, I'm going to be, you know, figuring out some stuff for Hermitcraft, or I'm going to be on there recording, or it's a snapshot day, I better prepare some notes. You know, like, whatever is ahead that I need to do, I've thought about, and then I just crack on with it. And if I guess I'm really having a tough time or a bad day, like, you know, hopefully I can see that and give myself space and leeway. Dev says, no, I should try getting into a routine then. Absolutely. Build a routine and start simple. Build like a routine that you can stick to, okay, and it will become a habit. And as it becomes a habit, it's easier to do over and over again. But then you start to add things to the routine. That's the trick. Okay, you don't just settle for like a small routine. You add things to it. So like for me, I'm always adding stuff to my routines. And sometimes they feel like they get a bit cluttered and I have to like scale back. Been feeling that a little bit lately with my mobility routine because it's just been like the same thing for like quite a few months. And you know, it gets a bit dull doing that over and over again. But like, let's say the evening, for example. I developed like a habit of putting turning off all the lights and using my lamp, and then that's like a cue to remind me to like floss and clean my teeth and stuff. Like, it's like one thing leads to the other, so you go into these moments in the day where you're just like in a little groove, just going through the routines. But you know, they don't stay static forever, they're just going to change over time. And the key thing is they help you like achieve what you want to achieve. Let's say you're like a programmer or whatever and you got a bunch of projects. Like, the habit you want to build is that like there's a sequence of events that leads you to sitting down and working on it. Because if you can anticipate it as well, it gives you time to think ahead. A lot of the time when I'm doing my stretches and all of that kind of stuff, you know, morning workout or run or whatever, like, it gives me like a few hours to think about what I'm doing later, and all these little ideas for Hermitcraft pop up. It's like, oh, I could do this project, or that bit of redstone would work if I did it this way around, because my mind just starts to like think about all that stuff. And then I take these little notes, and then when it comes to sitting down in front of the computer and doing all this stuff, like, literally this live stream I just figured I could do earlier in the day, right? Like, I just, at some point in the day I was like, oh, I can do a live stream, yeah. And then I was like, what will I do in the stream? Oh yeah, I'm gonna work on that Guardian farm. Okay, well, there you go, that's that figured out. And then you know, time passes by and here we are, I'm executing that thing that I figured out earlier on. And it's just all part of the routine. So, you know, you're doing one set of motions and you're thinking about the ones that come later in the day or the other priorities, and they just figure themselves out like that. What is your opinion on the habit of journaling? I think it's terrific. There's times when I really wish I journaled stuff, and I think I need to like be aware of that, like figure out when to do it. I can't remember what it was last time that I wish I'd sort of journaled. I think it was going skiing actually. I think I wish I'd journaled that, but yeah. I think journaling is a great habit. It's just one I don't do, but I can totally see the benefits of it. I'm really bad at staying disciplined and keeping with a routine. Thanks for this advice, says Charmille. If you struggle with it, my advice is that you need to make like slow incremental changes, not radical ones. Like, not like I'm gonna be a totally different person from now on, you know. It's just like, hey, if you want to start a routine, just start with something simple. Like, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go outside and go for a walk, right? That's it. That's all you do. You just get used to doing that. Then maybe like a few weeks or a month from now, it's like, okay, after my walk, I'm then gonna come back and I'm gonna, I don't know, spend 20 minutes brainstorming, or you know, I'm gonna exercise in a particular way, or you know, whatever it is you want to achieve. You stack it on top of the previous thing, and then you let that settle in. That becomes normal. It becomes easy. You're gonna like, the resistance to wanting to do this stuff is just gonna come down when it becomes a habit. And then that allows you just to keep topping up the amount that you can tolerate. And then you can just build up positive habits and create like a bit of a routine. And the idea is the things that you pick and select to do, they're going to reward you in a way you want to be rewarded. You know, maybe you want to get more flexible. All right, 5 minutes of stretching after your walk. Once you've got that settled in, you know. Right, let's go put this thing down over here. Ren is looking for an opponent. Dang, I'd love to play another game, but it's getting a bit late over here. I need some time off today. Just again, it's that kind of, I'll tell myself this. Like, I need to maybe just watch an episode of Star Trek and not think for a bit, because I've been pretty non-stop today, and it'll be like that tomorrow as well. And today was supposed to be like a total day off for me. I was going to go to London, I was going to walk around all day, eat loads of food, go to museums and art galleries. I was just going to do something for myself. And I was totally looking forward to it. But then plans had to change, and I've spent the whole day busy. So like, maybe the mind just needs to like wind down a little bit, you know? And on that note, I think it'd probably be a smart idea just to wrap this stream up right here. We did so much, we got things done, right? I'm going to go... I'm gonna go look for another hermit to Ren live. You know, Ren wanted a game. Can't give him a game, but I'll send you all over to him if you want to see some TCG action. Ren's gonna have you covered. But that's it from me. So a big thank you to everyone for coming by today. Thanks to all the peeps who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. Thank you for those gifted subs. Thanks to all the mods, the Patreons, and I'll be seeing you probably Sunday. Sunday, I believe, is my next planned stream, but I'm not sure when. But anyway. That's it. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.